Hello and welcome to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. My name is John Carissimo and this show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every single Friday to help you mastermind, to understand really especially what we're talking about today, which is the business planning aspect of real estate, and specifically how it is that you could plan your business on a part-time basis to get started in real estate part-time, to be able to keep your day job and be able to do real estate on the side. So myself, I'm actually a real estate broker. I hold multiple real estate broker licenses, and I've got a perfect example of one of my agents at one of my brokerages who's actually a paramedic. And he's gone on to close over 5 deals in his first year of real estate while doing real estate on a part-time basis. And this is stuff that he deserves full credit for this because he's hustled for it, he's worked for it. It's possible if you not only hustle and work for it, but you also put yourself in the right vehicle for success. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of what are basically outright scams for things it is you could be doing that maybe could put you in a better financial future. But the one thing that is tried and true is being able to build a business. And especially if you want to start real estate on a part-time basis, it's essential that you treat your real estate career not like a job, but like a business. Because if you are starting out part-time in real estate, if this isn't a business, it's going to run you ragged. And I'm sure that's not what it is that you want from your real estate career. You don't want your real estate career to drain you. You want it to empower you. You want it to lift you up. You want to be able to earn $10,000, $20,000 commission checks with ease. You know, if you do that, let's say you do 5 deals and you're making 10 grand per deal, that's $50,000. Is that doable part-time? Well, that depends. What are the houses you're selling for? What are the negotiated commission rates? You know, let's say it's not $10,000 commissions, because that would be about a $333,000 house before we have a broker split. If you've got a 70% broker split, maybe $400,000. And we're going to go dive into the numbers here. Let me know in the chat if you're here live with us today. We are live right now on Facebook, on YouTube, on our Success Center at tampaschoolofrealestate.com. So wherever it is that you're tuning in from, let us know where it is that you're at in your real estate licensing journey, what it is that you're looking to do with your real estate license. Maybe you already have your real estate license and you're trying to figure out how do you treat your real estate career more like a business. And if you're brand new to real estate, you don't have a license yet, you know, there should be a lot of information it is that you're able to take away from today. So I'm super excited to bring today's episode to you. It's brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every Friday. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're on YouTube, hit that bell icon. Facebook, the bell icon. If you're on our website, drop in your email and we'll actually send you out emails whenever it is that we have new content to share with you. So whatever way it is you prefer to get the information to help you build a successful real estate career, let us know. And if you prefer to talk more one-on-one with one of our advisors here at the Tampa School of Real Estate, phone number is 813-333-2676. Again, that's 813-333-2676. We've got a great show for you today. My name is John Carissimo, and you're watching State of Real Estate.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate. My name is John Carissimo. Again, this show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every single Friday. If you wonder why we always mention Tampa School of Real Estate, that's what pays for all of this stuff here. I mean, I'd love to be able to do this in my spare time as a hobby. But then we can't buy cool things like this giant smartboard that I can put up here and say, now you got 2 John Carissimos to look at. Anyways, let me quit being silly and let's talk about what today's topic, what today's subject really is, which again, starting part-time in real estate. And we didn't title today starting a part-time real estate career because you want a part-time job, I don't know, who's hiring part-time? There's retail places you can work on the weekends and things like that, but I mean, more and more every day we're doing stuff on the internet. And yeah, there's all kinds of opportunities all over the internet for investing or all these other things. But the thing that is, so attractive to so many people about real estate is the tangibleness of it. We look at all these buildings here in the background. People want that. People want to, this is, what is this? Is this Clearwater Beach maybe? This is one of our Florida beaches here. Somebody maybe wants that little condo unit right there. That condo unit might be $2 million depending exactly where this beach is. Maybe more depending on the size of it. Honestly, $2 million could be a steal. And the commission on, let's just run some numbers on this real quick. Let's say somebody wants that $2 million condo. A lot of zeros. Let's say the commission for your side of the deal, because there's usually two sides of the deal, a side listing it, working with the seller, and a side selling it, working with the buyer. And let's say there's a 3% commission for each side. So let's pull up our handy calculator. Even the exam you need to take to get your real estate license, you could use a calculator on. If you've got questions about getting your real estate license, we are the specialist at that. So give us a call, 813-333-2676. But back to the math here, $2 million times a 3% commission, that's $60,000. That's more than the starting salary at a lot of jobs that require a degree. Jobs that require you to have some sort of 4-year degree or even an associate's degree. That might be what you're looking at as entry-level pay. Maybe not even that. And you could do that with one transaction. And we're not talking about, doing like, I'm not talking about selling the whole building here. I'm not saying we're selling, let's zoom that close in my face here. I'm not saying we're going to sell all 400 of these units. I'm just talking about this one condo that somebody might not even be living in. It might even be a vacation home. This might even just be secondary for somebody. And there's got to be like 400 units in this building here. That's probably, at least a couple $100 million worth of real estate just in this one building right here. Now, not all buildings are going to be that expensive. This one, because of its proximity to the water here, that's what's making it so valuable. But wherever it is that we're looking in Florida, we're not too far from water. And so that's what the benefit of, being here in Florida and starting a real estate business here in Florida is. People might want that to live there. People might want it as a vacation home. People might want it as an investment. Lots of people talking about side hustles and doing additional businesses to make additional money on top of your day job. There's a lot of people that do Airbnb stuff. We live in such a tourism-driven vacation type of state that there's a lot of money that can be made in the vacation industry. And there's a lot of vacation rentals. And things like this become more and more accessible the more connections, the more opportunities, the more tools, the more training, the more systems it is that you have. And that's why real estate again is so attractive to so many people, because you could really go deep on it. You could go deep, you could go wide. There's so many things that are related to real estate. And a really easy way to get started in real estate, essentially your lowest cost way to get started in real estate, is by getting a license, because having that license gives you the opportunity to earn potentially that $60,000. Now, as a sales associate, this is what you start off your real estate career as. As a sales associate, you would join a broker. And there are 100% brokerage options that are out there, but that's not an ideal fit for a new agent. A new agent, you're typically going to want to be in a brokerage that's going to help you, mentor you, train you, guide you, coach you, support you. It's still your business. It's still your job to take charge and be in control of your business. But a good brokerage is going to give you a whole suite of tools, technologies, capabilities, systems, procedures, things so you're not having to reinvent the wheel from the start, which that could be the case sometimes at 100% brokerages, which, once you've built up a business, you might not need a brokerage that takes any share of this commission. But getting started, especially for the training and mentorship aspect of this, that's why the commission splits can be actually very valuable, even though you're essentially giving up part of the commission. But there's $60,000 on the table here, so there's a lot of money that could be given up. Let's say you're at a brokerage where you've got a 70% commission split. So let's pull up our calculator again. Now we got our $60,000 commission, which we're going to go ahead and multiply by 70%. And that's now going to give us $42,000. So that 30%, it might seem like a lot of money, and I guarantee you it is, especially in larger deals like this here. But what is it that the broker is doing to help get you in position to do these types of deals? And look, these deals are out here. These $2 million real estate. I mean, we've got this one photo of this one little beach area here in Florida where there's got to be, I don't know how many millions of dollars worth of real estate we're staring at right here, just looking at this little bit in the photo behind me. But you might be saying, all right, John, well, that's great if I'm selling $2 million homes. And look, don't discount yourself. You absolutely can sell a $2 million home. And look, here's the thing. If you're doing part-time and you're intimidated by the $2 million price tag, or if you're intimidated at all about the real estate process whatsoever, what if I told you you could earn a piece of this without even doing any of the work, really? And you might be saying, well, isn't that what the broker does? They get a piece of it for not doing any work? No. Well, if you listen to what we just talked about, the broker should be contributing some sort of value. They might not be actively working on your deal, but they might have given you a platform, a suite of tools, a system, capabilities, an environment, an ecosystem for your success. And that all costs money. And there's probably some direct help, if not by the broker, by somebody, whether that's a mentor, a coach, some office administrator, or anybody like that that's there to help you get transactions done. But let's say that all sounds like a lot, and that's maybe one of the things that could be holding you back from starting a real estate business. And if there is something that held you back from starting a real estate business, if you don't mind sharing, share with the group. Share with the group. What is it, that has held you back? Is it the intimidation of trying to get all these pieces of the puzzle together, and will you be able to know everything? Will you be able to do it? What if you mess something up? There's all these concerns that you would have as a new agent, and they're valid concerns that can be overcome through training as well as experience, as well as through support from your brokerage. But here's the thing, if you're doing this on a part-time basis, that is more to juggle. I'm not going to say it's not possible, because like I said, I've got that one example of the agent. That's one of several, but that's just somebody who's literally on the side of the road saving people's lives. So he's not really even answering his phones for the most part a lot of the time when he is actively working his day job, but he still managed to close 5 deals in his first year. And so that is a perfect, real example of being able to do this on a part-time basis. But look, that's a lot of juggling. That's a lot to do. And he also has, I think 4 or 5 kids too. So the guy's like Superman. And if you're feeling like, I don't know if I could be Superman, I'm not sure if I want to be Superman, maybe you're after more balance or whatever it is. Real estate is like clay. You could mold it into what it is that you want. So the opportunity, the thing I'm getting at essentially, is potentially working in a referral capacity. Because if you want to earn a piece of the $60,000 commission without doing any of the work, you can through a referral agreement. So let's talk about what a referral agreement is. So a referral agreement would be a piece of paper These are also very simple usually. So it actually is going to be, my little crude drawing of this up here isn't going to be too far off from an actual referral agreement. And it'll say something such as broker A refers customer to broker B for blank % of gross commission. Now there would be signatures on this form as well, and there's a few more words than this on there. But when I say this is a simple, easy, one-page form, I mean it's blanks that you're filling in typically, and these could vary because notice how this says broker A and broker B. You might be saying, well, John, I thought you had to have 2 years of experience to become a broker. And yes, to become a broker, you need 2 years of experience, but not to join a broker as an associate, as a sales associate. So all you need to do is take a course that can be done as short as 1 week, Get your license. The course takes as little as 1 week, or we have night classes and weekend classes and morning classes and all kinds of other different schedules, as well as an on-demand format. Again, we've got our advisors. Any questions, 813-333-2676. They can help you out with any of that. But let's say you get your license will first be inactive. You can't do anything with an inactive license. An inactive license is almost the same as not having a license. I mean, you do have a license, but you can't use it until it's active. And how do you make it active? Well, you'd have to join a broker. Now, a lot of times, one of the things that holds people back from becoming a realtor is the cost associated with being an actual realtor. And when I say realtor, I mean joining the Association of Realtors. Because if you want to actually practice real estate more in a career type of capacity where you're actually doing the work, then in that case, you need to join the Association of Realtors. I mean, technically you don't need to, because legally you can sell real estate, but most brokers who actually broker deals are members of the realtors. So that alone creates an obligation where their licensees of that broker have to join. But really, it's not even just about the obligation. It's about the tools, because there's really two things that you need from the Association of Realtors if you actually want to do the business yourself. And it's the MLS. Because the MLS is the database of cooperative agents, of cooperative brokerages, of every listing essentially there is listed by a realtor that has agreed to share their commission with other cooperating agents. And so there's tens of thousands of active properties throughout Florida listed in this system. And sometimes they come and go very quickly, and this is a very powerful system. And honestly, you're not even paying for the technology, you're paying for the agreement with the other agents. And you're also paying for the contracts, the fill-in-the-blank contracts that we use when we submit offers to other agents. That all is tools and resources, the electronic lock boxes. So if you want to actually play realtor, and look, playing realtor can be fun. Playing realtor also can pay really well. Potentially as much as $60,000 in this scenario here at a 100% situation. And there's probably some sort of transaction fee or something like that that either you or the client pay. Or even if there's a commission split where 70% goes to you. And it could be lower than that. It could be higher than that. Commission splits vary based on the brokerage it is that you're at. But that $42,000 there, that's a huge bit of money. But again, it requires a more significant investment than this referral opportunity I'm sharing with you now. So if one of the things that's held you back from getting a real estate license is the cost associated with it, especially the cost with the realtors, you could join a brokerage that specializes in referrals. So you could join a brokerage that specializes in referrals. And these brokerages that specialize in referrals, essentially, when you join these, you do not have to become a realtor. Because if you're just doing referrals, then you don't need the MLS. You don't need the fill-in-the-blank forms. You don't need the electronic lockbox access, because you're simply going to refer the contact, refer the lead to an agent who actually does pay for all those tools, who actually does play realtor or has a team of agents that play realtor. Could be a fun part to play. You know, if you've seen it on TV, you know, that's part of it. There's definitely more to it than that. There is a lot of work to it, as there is with anything, but the work does pay very well, especially as you get into larger price properties, essentially because it's the same amount of work. Maybe a little bit different work as when you're selling a $2 million property than a $50,000 property, but the amount of time you're spending really isn't too different. So maybe that's the reason why you want to make the investment to become a full-service practicing real estate agent. You'll need a license. Or even if you just want to earn referrals, it's actually a third-degree felony to earn any sort of referral fee or any sort of compensation for the referral of a real estate service in Florida. So if you want to be able to legally earn referral fees, just get a license. Like I said, the course can be completed in as short as a week. We have a bunch of really great study tools if you're worried about the exam. And once you have the license, you can activate with a referral broker. These are extremely low cost because they're designed for people who are just doing this on a part-time basis, who are looking to minimize their cost, but be able to start up a real estate business, to take advantage of any contacts, your sphere of influence, your connections, whether that's coworkers, friends, family, anybody that you know that wants to buy real estate. And here's the thing, even if you're only licensed in Florida, you could refer business literally all over the world. Unless there's some law in that area, but I've yet to find any place that says we can't do referral deals. But short of that, until we find some place that says no referral agreements, as long as you're actively licensed here in Florida and active with a broker, you could have one of these simple referral agreements where at your brokerage, broker A, you refer your client, your customer, to broker B. In exchange for, you fill in the blank. 25%, this is a negotiable amount, so you negotiate it, but this wouldn't be out of the question. I've done referrals before for this amount. I've done referrals for more. I've done referrals for less. I've done a lot of referrals. Referrals have been very well to me because I'm busy and I don't always have time to help everyone that I could help. There's only so many hours in the day. And if you've already got a day job, you probably find yourself in that same situation where there's only so many hours in the day. And look, if you ultimately want to transition to becoming a full-time practicing real estate professional, you absolutely can. And because you have a license active with a broker, you're actually, even if you're not practicing real estate, you're actively earning experience to become a broker. Because after 2 years of experience, you'll actually be eligible to get your own broker license, and you could actually even start your own brokerage. In whatever capacity. You could start a referral brokerage, you could start a full-service brokerage. A lot of different things you could do with the real estate license. Again, it's like clay. It can be molded into so many different usages. So this is the referral agreement. And let's say you were going to do 25% of this deal. Because maybe this $2 million, maybe that's intimidating. You're like, wow, $2 million. I don't know if I can handle that deal. Maybe it's an investor. You know, a lot of new agents get excited about working with investors. But here's the thing. Investment real estate is very math heavy, very numbers heavy, and maybe you're not a math or a numbers person. If you're not a numbers person, residential real estate is going to be much more enjoyable for you. If you are a numbers person, commercial real estate, investment real estate is probably going to be more enjoyable for you. I mean, honestly, it could be enjoyable either way, but just if you are more about the numbers versus more about the emotions, residential real estate is more of an emotional sale. Yes, there is some logical things we have to do, but it's not, you know, super heavy in accounting and numbers, whereas businesses, commercial real estate, investments, those are much more number heavy. So whatever your specialty is, it doesn't matter. You could still refer out any business it is you can't handle. So let's say you refer out this deal for a 25% referral fee. And this is paid off of the gross commission, not off of what the agent's split is. That's usually how referral fees are negotiated, is these are paid off of the gross commission. And so if we have a $60,000 gross commission and we've agreed to a 25% referral fee, you basically make $15,000. $15,000. Now, you would probably still have a split with your broker. So let's talk about money that would actually go into your pocket here. And remember, you're not doing the deal. There's another agent that's doing the deal. They're essentially paying you $15,000 as a referral fee, paying your brokerage, essentially, because again, you do have to be active with a broker, paying your brokerage, and your brokerage will usually have some sort of split. Referral fee splits, let's say it's, these are usually a little bit higher, let's say it's 20%. Where essentially 20% is what the broker keeps. We don't really care about that. We want to know what we get. So let's calculate the 80% here that you would get out of this. And commissions, they vary based on the brokerage it is. Again, the brokerage maybe provides more tools, more capabilities, so on and so forth. There's maybe a higher commission split. But now out of that $15,000 for the referral fee, 80% of that is $12,000. So you could essentially make $12,000 for just making the connection. You need to have an active real estate license. This could be with a referral brokerage or a full-service brokerage. You know, referrals are probably one of the most underutilized concepts in real estate because there's tons of practicing real estate professionals who actively turn away business. And it's just because they're too busy. And they'll say something like, oh, no, I'm too busy. I wish I could help you, but I'm just too busy right now. Should slap them. This is why networking can be beneficial. Because if you have other realtors that can do the job and they've got time on their hands, what are you doing? Why are you just saying, nope, sorry, can't help you? You can help them. You could go get one of these bad boys signed, a referral agreement, get one of these here, and then go put $12,000 in your pocket if this is a $2 million sale. Now you might be saying, well, John, not all houses sell for $2 million. What if it's a more average property? Okay, well, let's do average numbers then. You want average. I don't like being average. I don't like average anything because average is essentially a made-up number. But the average in Tampa is $458,000. It's not made up, John. It's a statistic. It's a calculation. Well, who made up the calculation? Who made up the formula? Somebody made it up at some point. But whatever the case may be, the statistic can be beneficial. And in the Tampa Bay area, the average selling price is $458,000. So let's first talk about if you're actually practicing real estate. $458,000 at 3%. It's $13,740. Now let's say you're just doing referrals, because that's the gross commission on the table here. Let's say you have a client, an average client. So let's say you're in the Tampa Bay area and you have an average client with a typical commission, and you're referring this deal at a 25% referral fee. So this average deal is still making you $3,435. Or granted, let's say again you have that 20% split with your referral brokerage, where you're getting 80%. I don't know why I keep saying the 20% there. So in your pocket goes $2,748. Not a bad payday for referring your friend, your family member to buy their average $458,000 house. And here's the thing, this doesn't have to be in Florida. So if anyone's tuning in from outside of Florida, Tampa School of Real Estate, we're Florida specialists, and we just do Florida for the time being. And probably, I don't know, in the future. We like focusing on Florida because we're very specific about Florida. Florida is a unique place. But here's the thing that's not so unique. If you're watching from somewhere else, you can get a license maybe in another state. Double check the laws, the rules, or whatever it is in that state there, because you could probably do the same thing if you have a license in another state already. But if you don't have a real estate license yet, you don't even have to be a Florida resident. So if you want to get your Florida license because you want to move to Florida someday, we've got great online programs. You can now take the state exam online. You can basically do it all completely from a laptop. Anywhere in the world that you have an internet connection, from signing up for the course to getting issued your actual license certificate, can all be done 100% online now. Thank you, COVID, for that. If there's anything to thank for COVID of that, that's the one thing that we've got as a real estate school, is they now give the state exam online. You used to have to actually go to an in-person testing center. Not even that anymore. You take the course, you go past the exam. Just making the connection for an average property anywhere in the world, $2,700 potentially. Now, these numbers can be negotiable, but I'm not trying to give you super inflated numbers or anything like that here. But let's say you're back to practicing real estate. If you want to do the deal, yes, there's more money potentially on the table. But keep in mind, you'll have a split with your broker. And let's say that's 70% that you get. Broker keeps 30%. You get 70%. So on that $13,740, 70% of that, that's now $9,618. Now, if you're paying a referral agreement, because that's how you got this client, this number would be less because your commission is going to be based upon the amount minus the referral. But if this is your own lead, you could potentially make almost $10,000 doing the actual job of a realtor. Or if you want to just pass the deal along, $2,700 still. $2,700 to pass it along, or $9,600 to just do the deal. But here's the thing, if you don't have a license, you can't do either one of these. You need to get a real estate license if you want to be able to have a seat at this table. You need to get a license, and you need to make it active with a broker, because once that license is active with a broker, and you might be saying, well, how do I find a broker? The brokers will find you. When you do the application, there's tons of brokers. You know, if you want to do referrals, just Google Florida referral brokerages, Florida real estate referral brokerages. You'll see tons of different options of brokerages that you can join. And again, you can do this stuff all online. Maybe you know people that are wanting to move to Florida. Maybe you're in one of the states right now that are feeding us all your people. We've got tons of people lined up to move to Florida right now. We literally don't have enough real estate in Florida currently for all the people that want it. That's what continues to drive prices up. Yes, there's inflation going on, but this is a huge hedge against inflation, especially for Florida specifically. And if you want to get a piece of that action, get the real estate license, because again, you do these deals, $9,600 for an average deal in Tampa, according to what an average price is in the Tampa Bay area. Your market may vary. It may be higher than this, it may be lower than this. You know, you look down in South Florida, the average might be closer to $700,000, $800,000 in certain areas, maybe even higher than that. And maybe you don't have time to do real estate, you don't have time to play realtor. You're not ready to make the investment in joining the realtors and the association realtors that pay all those other dues and so on and so forth. You could still make $2,700 referring this deal out if you've got a 25% referral fee negotiated. And 25%, that's not a super high referral fee. You could negotiate more than that. It's kind of based on your relationship, the quality of the lead, but 25% is not out of the question if you were to ask somebody. If you came to me and said, hey, would you take a deal if I was practicing real estate and I were using referrals as part of my business, which if you're not, you should be. You might be looking at it as, why would I want to pay $27 when I could get my own leads? Well, if you can get your own leads, well then, yeah, why do you need to pay out $3,400 to get leads? But if you got time to do more business, why don't you consider getting referrals? And if you're networked with top producing agents, they might be willing to let you have some of their extra deals for a piece. What is that piece? Usually $25. I don't know, maybe if you're getting it from a top producing agent where these are quality leads, it might be a higher piece than that. But that piece is worth the whole. That's why there's so many agents who do work on referrals. But these agents, it seems like they like to keep this secret. Either that or the ones who don't do referrals are like, what's a referral? So hopefully this helps you understand real estate more like a business, because honestly that's the most business part about real estate is systematizing the process of handling business. And the easiest way to do that is to remove yourself from the equation. And if you're doing this part-time, you need to be able to remove yourself from the equation. And referrals is the perfect way of doing that. And look, here's the thing. You don't have to decide unless you don't want to make the investment in realtors. Then just decide to do referrals. But if you want to actually make the investment in realtors so you can do some business on the side, and you want to buy your own deals, whatever it is that you want to use your real estate license for, if you actually want to use it yourself, you could still do referrals like this even if you aren't at a specific referral brokerage. Pretty much any brokerage, you can do referrals. Just ask your broker, what is the split on a referral? So this is such a huge opportunity, whether you have a license already and you just want to be able to get more deals through referrals, or you want to be able to make some money off of the people it is that you're turning away. And you might be turning away people just because you don't specialize in investments, you don't specialize in commercial or whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. You could still earn a referral agreement if you find a real estate agent who agrees to that agreement. That's literally all you need to establish the referral, is that referral agreement that I showed you here. And an actual referral agreement is more detailed, but it's just a one-page document. At least the referral agreement I've used. Maybe you do something longer, but no, keep it simple. That's why referrals work, is they're simple. Simple, 25%. Okay, simple. We could do that. So this is such a powerful thing. And if you're starting out part-time, this is a great way to take your connections and monetize them as quickly as possible. Because now you don't have to try to call out sick or take off time from work or whatever it is when you got to get parts of the deal done. You know, you could maybe join a real estate team where you're maybe doing some smaller part of the deal, or maybe you've got other agents that you're teamed up with that could help each other out. So there's ways to manage it if you want to actually practice real estate. But the thing that's going to be significantly easier, and yes, it is less money, but there's still a ton of money on the table. Again, even for an average deal, $2,700 or $9,600 if you actually do the deal. So whichever one it is that makes more sense to you, real estate can be what you make of it. So look, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back here, we're going to be talking more about referrals. I want to check in on the chats and see what questions it is you have that we could answer for you here live. And if you do want to talk more one-on-one with an advisor to find out more about what the licensing process looks like, the courses that you need, it's really just one course that can be done as quick as 1 week to get started, to get your real estate license. We've got that phone number, 813-333-2676. Our advisors are standing by. These are people that have real estate licenses themselves, at least a sales associate license, if not being a broker or being a real estate instructor. So We've got an amazing team here that I'm super proud of, so take advantage of that. Everything is confidential. 813-333-2676. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I want to check up on these comments here because we are live, but we'll be back right after this. So you just got your real estate license. How can you jumpstart your real estate business? The number one thing you should do before you do anything else is post-licensing. Now look, this is already a requirement, so you're gonna have to do it anyways, but here's why you wanna do it early. The sooner you do post-licensing, the sooner you're gonna learn the real-world concepts in post-licensing that will help you create a business plan, that'll help you plan for your success in real estate. Post-licensing is all about real-world topics that are usable, that'll help you grow your real estate business. And at Tampa School of Real Estate, we have the best post-licensing courses around. Find out more about how post-licensing can help you jumpstart your real estate career. Go to postflorida.com. Are you studying for your Florida real estate exam? If you are, you need to check out our Pass First Try strategy. You're gonna love this. It's 4 steps that we break down the process to study for your Florida real estate exam. So you're set up to pass your Florida real estate exam because that's what you're studying for, right? To pass your exam. It's 4 steps. Number 1, you learn the information. You've got to learn this to be able to pass the exam, but it doesn't stop at learning. Step 2, you've got to reinforce the basic, simple, key concepts. As you learn this information, keep reviewing the simple things. You don't need to know everything, but you got to review these basic key concepts. Step 3, you've got to test your knowledge. The exam's going to test your knowledge, so if you don't test your knowledge in advance, you won't find out if you know what you think you know until you take the exam. And then step 4 is be confident and prepared, because even if you know this material, you need to be confident that you know the material. Check out the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com. If you're looking to get in on the real estate action that's going on in Tampa right now, we're who you need to talk to. We can help you get your real estate license, start your real estate career. We're here to assist you for the life of your real estate career. Give us a call. Phone number is 813-928-0106, or check us out online at tampaschool.com.
Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. How to grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. Hey, welcome back to this episode of State of Real Estate. Thank you for everyone that's been tuning in with us live today. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in, sharing, liking, commenting, all that good stuff. Good to see you again, Frank and Mike. And apologize about the static. If you hate this mic here, and it's honestly, I think the cable we're stepping on. We're testing out doing some wireless stuff. We wanted to avoid using wireless in here so we don't get static, but honestly, at this point, it seems like wireless might be a better option. Then I'm not tripping over a cable all the time either. So hopefully we'll have that fixed soon. But thank you guys for appreciating and bearing with that, because I know that's like nails on a chalkboard for me sometimes here. But if, again, you do have any questions about this specifically, anything we talked about today, today, how this is going to apply to you, how you can get your real estate license, what it is that you've got to do to actually get started with a real estate career here in Florida. Steve coming down from Ohio. So Steve can say right there, use referrals all the time. So referrals are huge. And I mean, that's the thing. If you want to get if you've got a license in another state, you don't need a license in Florida to earn referrals here. At least, double check your state laws, but Florida doesn't care. We could send you back a referral to Ohio for you sending us a lead here. So if you knew Steve and Steve had a client that wanted to buy a property down here in Tampa, and let's say you're in Tampa, or maybe you're Miami, Orlando, wherever you are in Florida, that Steve's got a client in your neighborhood, Steve could send somebody to you. You agree to, let's say, again, the 25% commission or whatever you negotiate as a percentage of the overall commission, and then you sign off on that one-page agreement, and when they close the deal, check gets sent in the mail. So you want some mailbox money, you want a business more than a job, referrals, at all levels, because even if you're practicing real estate, this now gets you that mailbox money coming in on top of what you're actively doing for income. If you're new to real estate, you just have a job right now that you're trying to get out of this job and practice in real estate, a second job isn't necessarily going to get you what you want. Because if maybe you liked your job and you just don't like it anymore, it's probably just because it's a job. And for what most people want, a job or being an employee doesn't necessarily provide for that. It can provide for a lot of things, but massive opportunity isn't one of those. But that's going to require work on your part. That's going to require the licensing. That's going to require being active with a broker. That's going to be requiring the training to understand. That's maybe why you guys are all tuning in here today, to find out how to actually do this. Because if you don't know how, well, how are you going to figure it out? I mean, yeah, you could just get the license and go try to figure it out on your own, but that's where like the post-licensing course comes in, your continuing educations. If you do actually practice real estate, you can join the realtors. They've got all kinds of different designations they can do to learn to capitalize on these opportunities, to build a more efficient business, because now you're in charge. Have you ever had a boss you worked with before? You don't have to be that boss. You are your own boss. Your broker isn't your boss. I mean, yeah, your broker's going to keep you in check, legally speaking, but you're ultimately your boss. This business is ultimately your business. And especially with referrals, I mean, that could be part of your retirement strategy even. I mean, you could systematize this so much. We could go really deep into this here. But again, it all starts with getting the license. So whether you want to earn referrals or actually practice real estate, either way, we can help you out with that. Phone number is 813-333-2676. We've got more information on our website, tampaschoolofrealestate.com. Again, that's tampaschoolofrealestate.com. Or if you don't want to type a million different letters, just go to tsre.us. That's tsre.us. It'll take you right to tampaschoolofrealestate.com. Drop in your email on that website. That way you'll get notifications whenever we do. We do this stuff for free every single week. And yes, it helps spread the good word of Tampa School of Real Estate. Again, that's what pays for all this stuff here. It pays for our mission of furthering the future of more real estate professionals. But ultimately, we did this to go beyond what we're doing in the classroom. It really was created for our students, so that way we could be here for you every single week, even after you've got your real estate license, to help give you some ideas, some information to help you grow your real estate business. If this information that you found helpful today, the best thing you can do for us is to share this information, because we're just trying to get the word out. We're trying to spread the word about what you could do with real estate. And this isn't sort of like investment seminar where you got to have like $50,000 to go buy your first investment property. It does cost some money to get the course and get the license and whatnot, but you don't even have to join the realtors. That's usually a big cost for getting started. That's usually about $1,000 the first year when you're joining the realtors. But you don't have to do that if you just want to earn referrals. If you want to practice real estate, that's where essentially you need those tools for that $1,000 from the Association of Realtors. But if you want to get started, again, and this could potentially be more of a business than just trying to juggle a full-time job of selling real estate on the weekends with your day job every week. If you want to treat this more like a business, you have to think more like a business. That means you're not necessarily doing all the work. Because if a business didn't need people to do business, there would be no employees. There would just be business owners, and everybody would just do their own job. But somebody somewhere, somewhere along the line, organized some people together into this concept of a business, a corporation, or whatever it is, to where you could leverage other people's time. You could use your training, your understanding, your resources, your connections, and then leverage other people's time to actually do the work. That's more of a business than just trying to, do a couple showings on the side when you have time, because that can be exhausting. Starting a referral business is honestly, or at least thinking of it in that capacity, can be a much better fit depending on your circumstances of what you're wanting from a real estate career. Anyways, that's all the time we've got for today. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Again, you have any more specific questions, you want to talk confidentially with an advisor, 813-333-2676. Thank you again for tuning in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for us, and we'd really appreciate you sharing with anybody you think this information would be beneficial towards. But other than that, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Are you studying for your Florida real estate exam? If you are, you need to check out our Pass First Try strategy. You're going to love this. It's 4 steps that we break down the process to study for your Florida real estate exam. So you're set up to pass your Florida real estate exam, because that's what you're studying for, right? To pass your exam. It's 4 steps. Number 1, you learn the information. You've got to learn this to be able to pass the exam, but it doesn't stop at learning. Step 2, you've got to reinforce the basic, simple, key concepts. As you learn this information, keep reviewing the simple things. You don't need to know everything, but you got to review these basic key concepts. Step 3, you've got to test your knowledge. The exam's going to test your knowledge, so if you don't test your knowledge in advance, you won't find out if you know what you think you know until you take the exam. And then step 4 is be confident and prepared, because even if you know this material, you need to be confident that you know the material. Check out the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com.
The most powerful tool to study for your real estate exam is the Question Simulator from Tampa School of Real Estate. We've used our years of experience in preparing students for the Florida real estate exam to bring you the most powerful exam study tool available. In the Question Simulator, you'll be able to go directly to a particular unit so you can focus on the sections where you need the most practice. We have also included the percentages of each unit so you know which units are the most important for your real estate exam. Every question will immediately give you detailed feedback, which is almost always more important than the question or the answer themselves. After completing all the questions in a particular unit, you can go through question by question and review any that you've gotten wrong. You could also print out a report at the end of each quiz. The Question Simulator from Tampa School of Real Estate is 100% mobile compatible, so you can practice with test questions anywhere you have your phone with you. Enroll now at questionsimulator.com and get ready to pass your exam.